Hey Daniel, right, so basically went on a bit early to try and aye, so it's working. Awesome. Is there sound? Both guitar, not very loud. Hey Yoakum, how's it going? Well, this is confusing having, I should probably move that screen, I don't think the cable's long enough. Well, first attempt here anyway. Cheers. So I'm playing through the PV Valve King because it matches the TV unit the best. Hey Victor, yeah, it's got the vinyl library. Oh, I expect I'm going to do some videos about that. Hey Harry Cats. Hey Scott, not time for a beer yet. It's still 3 minutes before I can start my bucky. Well, I kind of started it last night, but I don't think that counts as drinking. Perhaps. I was playing keyboards with J-Packs. This is the Kraken. You can see there's another one there actually. There's 4 of these guitars exist in the world. Oh, apparently there's 5, but we've not seen the 5th one yet. They're all slightly different. There's the first one's a prototype. It's slightly smaller, made for a woman. The second one's a bass. Then there's that one there, which is was meant to be the finished design, and then this was an offshoot weird one. Oh, the new piece is much nicer. Yes, it's much tidier. I've not done my YouTube room yet. Oh. Hey Kit Kats, how's it going? Matches Bucket. This is actually when I was going to give it to me, couldn't be bothered painting it because you're just going to get satin black, and I don't like satin black guitars. So I was like, can you make it a different colour? And he pure hates Trump. This is before he was the president again. So it's actually Trump orange. Yeah. Yeah, Alex. Yeah, it's not as. No, in saying that the guy lives next door's got a little bit of the Ken in him. A wee bit, not much, but a wee bit. It's only 5 miles away from where I was before. Yeah, I know. This is the look at it. I've not set up yet, Kit Kats. There will be a new system for doing it. I'm getting a new computer. That thing I've got is absolutely ridiculous. It's ancient, but it still kind of works. It's just that I've got like a cable. I don't know. You can't see it running out into the hall into the router because it doesn't even have a card on it. It's like, but it works. But I totally don't agree with playing sitting down. But this is the best guitar for playing sitting down. See, it just balances. Also, this chair's not great because it's got wooden arms on it, so I'm kind of sitting in the chair at an angle so I don't batter the guitar off it. Yeah, it's quite classy, Mr. That's because I've not. Yeah, there we go. Time for the bucky. There's actually quite a bit of a delay because I've got that up there. Hey, Sloaney, how's it going? Perfect, just perfect time for bucky. Hey, Victory House. You seen the new Vander Guitar Universe? Drop in effects pedal bit onto the control plate. I was trying to tell you, no, I have not, no, but it seems to be around about the same time that I've started putting pedals in guitars. I have seen the new, it was on Anderton's, a guitar that, the closest one I think that looks like this, it was is it £400 and it just had it built in effects. But it wasn't, or maybe it was just because it was a solid colour, but it wasn't a million miles away from this kind of shape as far as any other guitar is. Hey Ben! You can't rock sitting down though, it's like, It's not the same. I'm kind of feeling restless. I like walking about when I'm playing the guitar. Hey Andy, how's it going? Neon Tetrahedron. Only have 2 straps, only 1 found. Yeah, but all my guitars have straps on them. This has actually got my strap, which was stolen from the Comfy Chair was the band I was in. Did a gig in the Cavern in Strathclyde Union, and I took my Epiphone SG because the singer wanted to play it for song 2 and he only played 1 note like that during it. But he didn't have a strap, so he borrowed one off the other band, and it was so it appeared on the following day. This strap was on it, so I just wrote my name on it. So that's where it came from. Yeah. New buys. Okay, we have to go on to new buys. Who's bought the most guitars? Well, I've been off 5 weeks. An orange Micro Dark and an 8-ohm cab for 95. One out to the common man. A Micro Dark. Right, that's the Micro, not the Tiny Terror. Still pretty cool. Pedals and guitars. I always thought the Jazzmaster was good for that. With his rhythm circuit. Yes, I can see how you could just literally just kind of put the pedal up there would be quite a good place for it. Maybe not for the actual stomp switch. I mean, I've been thinking about it. It's like I keep coming across that this guitar doesn't have a carve on it, but see, putting the pedal in there, it'd be fine on this guitar. But see, on quite a lot of Strats, this bit's very. It depends how much this is carved. You know, the forearm chamfer. And sometimes it's like you would end up it's not flat enough to take the whole pedal, so it's a bit annoying. I need to work my way around that. But I'm kind of doing it in such a way that I don't have to dismantle the pedal completely. I'm kind of making it as easy as possible, so not taking out obviously you could desolder the stomp switch and put in a different switch and move things about and extend wires and all that, but it's quite easy just to cut a hole and stick it in. You stop buying gear here, right? Have to play sitting down. The office ceiling isn't high enough to risk hitting it with the headstock. You get used to it. I used to have a cube ceiling. Yeah, you get used to it. But yeah, you do. Quite a lot of my guitars, you'll see they've got purple paint on them, so it's a purple roof. Want to sell some guitars but can't part with them. I know, I'm the same. I've got so many. And I'm basically, my YouTube room is, it's probably a quarter of the floor is just guitars, just like in cases. And my bedroom is like, I didn't realise how bad it was going to be, but I just put like the hard cases along one wall, because the bedroom's quite big. There's still enough room, like still bigger than a hotel room. You still get that on either side of the bed all the way around, that's alright, but one of the walls is kind of guitar cases, or is it bass cases? Bass cases and then acoustic cases on top of it, and then kind of, it's like quite a lot of guitars, and I only want to have some guitars in this room. I want this room to be classy, like a library. So having like maybe, I don't know, 3 or something, and already I'm sitting here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. It's like, oh dear. Oh. Hey, what's the Blue Beast? The Blue Beast is, I'll probably get over this. I'll get it in a minute. It's, this is JPAX MK is the serial number of this one. That's JPAX 1. And the base is JPAX B1. But this is JPAX MK. Yes. You have to take the neck off. It's burnt into the neck pocket. Oh. I love the Python reference. Comfy chair. That was it. That was obviously our. It was actually one of the thing me. Richie wrote a song called The Comfy Chair. He wrote the best songs ever. There were just things about what he did. It's like it was like pure. Yeah, it was about going home and having a nice comfy chair. Pure. He also did another amazing one called Wages Weekend, which was slow because he didn't have any money, and it was like pure. Oh no, and it's like, and then it was like the chorus was like, woohoo! It's Wages Weekend. 20 cigarettes and petrol for the car. Brilliant stuff. Yeah, Taylor, it's a little bit classier, sort of. Check this 70s table I got. It's like a round disc with a sort of mad spaceship. Charity shop classics. And I need one more IKEA Kallax unit to go there. It's going to make that door not quite close, but it'll make it close to there. That's fine. If I put a 2-1 in, it'll go there and I'll use too much room. Maybe that's better for the video actually. That look more. No, it's a gap. Maybe fit some guitars in there. Hey, Bulk Hogan. Oh, I suppose. Yeah, okay, fair enough. I did think it was a funny name. There you go, good thinking. Is it new a bit? Yeah, yeah, significantly, yes. This is kind of... I put the camera on top of the TV and it was too far away. So I've got the camera on a mic stand halfway between the TV that I'm looking at and me. So it's like, rather than it being against the wall, and that was basically all there was. But my YouTube room, which should be is, I don't know, it must be 4 times the size of the other one, and it's got most of the same stuff in it. So it's going to work. I'm going to be able to do it. It might be kind of half the room, and then the other half is just like maybe a wall of amps holding back a stampede. You know what I mean? An avalanche of guitars that are held behind the speaker cabinets. That's one of the options I've got. Hey Ben, did you move? I did move. I'm still in Scotland. Yeah, I'm exactly 5.1 miles. Not exactly 5 miles. 5.1 miles east of where I was on the same road. So if you're coming towards me and it's like you've accidentally gone to my old house, it's another 10 minutes in a straight line going east. In Kilseath. YouTube room, it's got to be the YouTube room. It's also got, I've got a proper bench this time. Although I have actually been working the guitars. There is something I like about just sitting watching films and having a proper stereo with the speakers in the proper place, far enough apart. I've just got like a record player, an old Pioneer tuner amp and big Celestion speakers. It just sounds amazing listening to all this lot. Oh, it's fantastic. Yeah, I like the J-Pax guitars, very trippy. Well, that's what this is. Well, this is the shape of it. That one there's obviously been painted, but J-Pax, I've got one over there. I'm gonna play as well. Hey, Aunt Wales, as everybody's back, amazing. I quite like that. Yeah, Mad Mansion. $2 down from your breakfast bar? I don't get that. Yeah, I think, well, what I was very tempted to do when I did it, they are very roughly, but these were in my attic in the other house, and then they were all transferred into boxes this size, and I had 8 boxes down into the storage unit, did it, so they've all been moved about, and they're very roughly A, but not in any specific, they're just all the ones that are A, and then they kind of go onwards very roughly alphabetically. But I do need to actually I'm going to take each section and then look through them and put them in order. Yeah. Never look at. It's nice. I mean, the downside is my street's not good for parking outside. But after a couple of days, I think people realised it was I think whoever it was had this house before didn't have a car, and I don't think the people above me have a car either, so I think there was generally 2 free spaces directly outside, and then people from 6 doors up and 6 doors down were using those spaces, and I think they're not doing it as much anymore. I pretty much always get a space. If you come during the day you can get a space, but pretty thin road though. Yeah, but yeah, it's a serious record collection. That's not all of it. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's 7 wide, so that's half of it basically. Yeah, lots of good ones as well. All ones I like. An old Great Whistle, Chris. Hey, Sofa Jams, just across your V132 Junior video. Still got it? Thoughts? To be totally honest, I'm not 100% sure what a V132 Junior is. Is that a vintage brand guitar? And the answer is I don't think I've still got it. unless I've forgotten about it. But they were really good. Yeah, YouTube. Well, I've got a specialist helping me. One of the wee guys like Bear. He's like, he knows how to do these things like that. You're not on TikTok, really? Why? Like, so, right? Okay. I can't remember what the editing program he's got. He's up here. Yeah, if you just do a couple of hours of this every night, after a couple of weeks, you'll be really good at editing videos. It's quite a lot of effort, but it's like some of these videos are only 720. What the hell? You're like, oh. Do you not do thumbnails? So. See what happens. Keep the live streams a bit bitty. This is obviously a little bit ramshackle. An attic, what's the difference? YouTube pace. If any of your neighbours, to be honest, I've been really lucky. The folk upstairs said make as much fucking noise as you like. Really? You might regret that. But I just said yes, I'm not going to be doing anything late at night or anything like that, so see what happens. Yeah, Wales got a new Gaetone that thinks it's Scottish, a tartan pickguard. Oh, I saw that, yeah, I saw it on one of the guitar sites. On the Monolith as well. Guitars. I totally didn't want to buy that Monolith guitar. It was a Spear guitar I was trying to sell, and the guy's like, are you interested in swaps? And I was like, no, I need the money. I can't do a swap. I was like, but just out of nosiness, what is it you've got? And he's like, it's called an Eastwood Monolith, and immediately I was like, it's called a Monolith, really? And then I googled it. It's like a set neck Esquire with a massive pickup in it. So I either just sold something else or ate beans for a week. Didn't get a bucky that week. I can't remember how I got around it, but I shouldn't have bought that. There's an Epiphone Green SG Classic. It was in the pawn shop. Go and try it, because one of the worst. I mean, to be honest, I'm not even sure what I think it was from Guitar, but it was when they first brought out the ones with the slightly not as bad headstock. And I saw it, and it was like a Pelham Blue 2P90 one, and it was like, I think it was maybe about 400 quid, 350 odd quid. And I thought, it's Pelham, but it looks really fucking pretty good. I'm maybe actually interested in having to try one of them. And one of my pals got one, but they got I think it was a slightly cheaper. It was a sort of faded green, sort of like no finish type one, and it was the neck was on funny. Is that the one the neck was on? Squint. It had a serious. You could sort of stop it fretting, but it's almost like the neck wasn't. It was obviously it was a bad one that had slipped through. But I'd give it a go. If you get to play it, then you know. 720p is plenty for me and still rocking a CRT. There you go. Yes. Actually, I saw a mad looking TV stand thing. Like a mad unit, and it was just in one of the charity shops. I was like, that's a totally cool looking TV. And then it was like, look at the mad thing at the back, and it was just like the tubes, because it must have been one of the last ones. It was like, maybe it was a really, really expensive CRT just at the end of the run, and it looked pretty fucking cool. A1954 Chaos. I did go to we chose the totally correct week to do the car boot sale. There was like twice as many people there last week as there were this week. Did I get anything? I think I bought a bed sheet. I think that was it. And a lighter. Because I couldn't afford going back to the car for one. Yeah. Oh. The middle position of the Monolith is weird. Yeah, I can't remember. I didn't alter. I don't think I altered the wiring on it. I don't think I did. I might have fixed it. What money can I get for a USA Standard Strat? Black 2005. I don't know, but unfortunately 2005 is probably the worst era for it to be from, because that's about when I was saying about the Ibanez RGs I bought, the Paul Gilbert and the RG. when they're about 20 to 25 years old, that's when they're at their least desirable. It's bit, with certain guitars, so I don't know is the answer. I don't know what what a project with SG. They're all projects. You don't sit and fidget with them. You can't. You got every guitar's a project, and that's it. I'm going to have to sell some guitars. But if anyone's interested in guitars, these are not guitars that I've bought and set up, and then sold or then passed on or then given back to owner. These are guitars I've bought and set up, and then set up and then tweaked and then tweaked and then dug out and then done a video on and then restrung and then tweaked and then so they're totally pretty much flawless. I need to restored is maybe the word. But if I've got a guitar and I like it and I keep it going, they're not maybe not perfect when I get them, but if there's something not perfect about it at some point, I will have gone in and fixed it. I don't know. SGs are. Why would you want an SG? How would you mod it? Put better pickups in it, I suppose. That's what the thing is, the Epiphone ones, the pickups will be all right. It's more the body. Pickups are cheap to make. Hey, Jakey Blues. Yeah, that's all. As I said, I need to get. I should move the camera around. That's only half of it. There's 7 sections. My projector is HD ready, full 720p, standard definitely. Yeah, but I mean, it's just one of those things that I don't know how many people. I mean, I should probably do a survey. How many people are watch me on their telly or on their phone, or do you know what I mean? Would you really need to see? Really, I suppose you'd be able to zoom in and go, oh, is that the original Yellow Submarine record? Yes, it is. If you zoomed in enough, you'd be able to see that. Yeah, I did not know. I saw Oasis in. It was their third album, whatever that was. I don't know when that was. Be Here Now or something like that was called. Standard definition DVDs. To be honest, I've been watching DVDs and they're fine. And actually, when I first plugged it in, I used the component output rather than the SCART socket. So instead of the video signal going through one cable, it goes through 4. Like red, green, and blue. Okay, 3. And it's still kind of like, took a wee while to get used to it. Kind of used to it now though. Hang your pickups in your SG. I don't know. On a laptop, I mean, it shouldn't really matter. I think I've got the audio doing it a dodgy way. Kind of got it good enough where it's loud enough and you can hear me. And okay, I'm mumbling and shit, but I can see the VU meters are going up to minus 3.9 decibels. Oh, kind of working. Yep. How many records, give or take? I reckon there's about 1,500. Probably. It's not quite filled up. That's what I'd like to. If I could get another one before unit of this, just one wide, it means I could get them all up off the floor. Because currently, I think there's 2 sections down there are like W and Z or something on the floor. I'd like to get them all. That being the lowest line, there's a couple on the bottom. Oh. In the YouTube, we should have a YouTube room to YouTube room Brady Bunch type video conference sometime from YouTube rooms. PC on one screen, eBay on the other. Quite right. Is eBay still as good as it used to be? I've been going on and it's kind of like. It's a wee bit like going back somewhere that you used to work in. It's like but it's all run down or something. You know what I mean? Or it's like, I used to love that. And you go in, it's like pure. Oh, I don't know. Maybe I'm just imagining it. 1,500 record review videos. That's quite a lot of record review videos. I might do bands. I don't know. I mean, there's so many. It's such a bizarre thing looking through the records, because obviously I've not looked through them proper, but I have like had handfuls of them, and it's like I've had the same experience with the guitar. It's like I know all these records, and they're ones that I bought, so I know them, and it's like it's not just looking through a cool record collection. It's my one, and it's the same with the guitars. It's like if you put me in a guitar shop or anyone else's guitar collection, I'm sure I'm gonna love some of them, and I'm sure I'm gonna like a lot of them. But it's like I love all the ones I've got. That's why I've got them. Because if I didn't love them, I didn't keep them. So it's like all my favourites. So there's like 100 pure amazing guitars in my eyes. Oh. Watching you through the window. You won't be able to see me because of my new curtains that I just fitted. That must be pissing you off. I'm talking about a multimeter and an oscilloscope. I'll be able to read the resonant peaks and pickups now. Yes. Yeah, I mean, basically what I did was I ran what it worked really well for. I've got a mini brute synthesizer, and if you run it, and I just bought an adapter to plug a phono lead into one of the receptors, and you can sit there with your square wave and see the square wave, and you can, as you're changing the resonant peaks and with the filter, you can actually see the waveform changing with the controls in the synthesizer, which is totally worth it. If you don't have a mono synth, buy one just for that reason. It's totally cool, totally amazing. What's wrong with 20 years? It's just that's the time when they're least desirable, because they're not old enough to be vintage yet, but they're too old to be new. It was always the same. That's like when I bought all the West Tones and all that. They were all sort of 20, 25 years ago, so they were all sort of about, I don't know, 82 or something like that. So 20 years later it would be 2002, and then 2010. Yeah, that's when I was buying them. You know what I mean? There just seems to be when they're new, they're worth X amount of money, and then they just get a wee bit old and they start going down, and then suddenly they start becoming vintage and they start going back up again. So I mean, hold on for another 5 years and you'll be in the previous era. But I mean, in saying that, there's an awful lot, especially with something like an American Strat. There will be more desirable years and less desirable years. I don't know any of that stuff. You know, they might have changed the design and that's the year they put the thin rosewood fingerboard on it. There's lots of things like that. As soon as I've seen the guitar wallpaper, I don't know how I'm going to do that yet, because it's a rented flat, so I can't put guitar hooks on the wall. I will work out some way of doing it though. Oh, eBay for a car. Oh, the car as well. Oh. No, but someone asked me earlier, how's the Civic doing? The Civic's doing amazing. Pure loving it. It's great. I was out with Jen the other day, just went down to the shops. I was driving she's got a wee Polo, which is lovely. And I remember thinking it was actually quite a big car compared to the Panda, and it was just driving it. It's like pure. Oh. I didn't really notice the Civic being that super comfortable and refined, really, that much. It was just, it's pure fast and cool. But when you're getting in a week, it's like, all right, aye. But you could see that. Aye. Sorry, Jen. But it's jobby brown, so it's amazing. Oh. Richard said, no, but JPAX has been helping me. These are IKEA Kallax units. They're like, my dad bought me the big one, and it was like 30 quid. They're all over the place. Obviously, that when I go into Marketplace now, it's IKEA Kallax units rather than guitars that I see. And I had a micro brute for years. The micro brute's the smaller one. I've got the mini brute, the first one. They're totally worth it. They're amazing. Well, I think the micro brute's actually maybe a slightly better synthesizer, but it's got wee keys, whereas the mini brute's, well, basically the size of a record in it. Must be about 12-inch square. Good fun. Only one oscillator, but buy both of them and you can link them together. The micro brute's got a patch bay on it, but I mean, yeah. An old Kawai mono synth, wow, we do that for sure. Aye, it's great fun. I've actually got, you can't see it, my Casio CZ1's sitting up just there, and the thing is, it's like, see, if I was to knock out these two uprights, it would fit in there with like a half an inch on either side across three of them. I'd quite like to have the Casio CZ. It's pretty fucking cool. Annoyingly, I broke a key on it, and I remember doing it when I was moving it, and it kind of got caught behind a chest of drawers things and pulled the key off. So I hope I've just popped a spring, or I might have to buy a key or at least replace it. It's kind of in the middle with one up dead high. Hey Ivor, how's it going? With your one leg. Snapped your rear axle. Oh dear, sounds painful. Mentioned selling some guitars, yes. There's a few I've got to go. There's ones I can't sell. You know what I mean? There's quite a lot I can't sell, but I'm thinking of ditching a few West Tones. Probably the Prestige 227 and the Pantera, the pink Pantera. It's a fucking amazing guitar. It's just, I don't know, there's something, I don't know, I'm maybe growing out of West Tone. No, but I'm keeping the Raider. Some of them, I can't keep them all. I've even got a guitar there that you want to see, Mr. Whitesnake. I'll pull it out later. Ugh. Calyx units, yeah, totally. I mean, it's just, I didn't realise it's just, you get like boxes that fit into them. So I've been buying them sporadically. But it's just the fact that they're how wide? 13 inches? Alright, so it just takes a record perfectly. Perfect. Hey, Wally Chug, just whatever you're saying. Charlie's chugging Bucky. Torsion bar, oh god, that sounds very difficult. Got about that red Ibanez. Well, I could paint one of my Ibanez red and sell it, but I'm not selling I ain't selling the Roadster. I've not dug it out yet, it's in one of the cases, but I've got this stand for the Roadster. When I bought it, the guy and his wife has been in his living room for like 10 years, and she basically just liked it. It sat on its wee red stand in the corner, and she just dusted it and never played it. And she was like kind of sad, oh no, to take its wee stand, it's just going to miss it because it sat next to the telly for like 10 years. But no, I'm keeping it. It's going to sit next to my telly for another 10 years. Oh. I feel it's in the market for an SG. Do I have an SG? I've got a Westfield SG. It's really fucking good. It's better than the, well, is it better than the Epiphone one? If you haven't upgraded the pickups, and I'm comparing it to the Samick Epiphone one, it's basically the same guitar, apart from the neck is more like the Gibson SG profile-wise, whereas the Samick one's a bit thinner. You know, the whole guitar's a little bit more sleeker. Did you have a Pantera as well, Mr. Whitesnake? I mean, the thing is, it's pearl pink, so it looks like a jelly bean. You're amazing. It's got a totally cool looking pickup. It's just, I know it's 1987, but it's too modern for me. I don't know. I just feel like there was a big fight to get the ultimate super strat that kind of happened. All the Japanese companies were fighting for it, and basically Steve Vai did the RG, and then that won. I feel once the RG came out, everyone else was like, "Oh shit." So to me, that's a super strat. You know, it's like that's the winner one. KSG, what's up, Jeff? Keeping that red doubles up with it. It's not a snake. It's an eagle coming into land in its nest in Mother of Pearl. Phil, I would, but I was thinking, but I think I'd have to sell the pickups out it because it's got Seymour Duncan 59s in it, stock pickups. You know, it's a total top of the range Phil guitar. But I'm thinking that those pickups are probably going to fetch 200 and something quid. I don't think the guitar would fetch that with the pickups in it, so I better at least to work my way around it. It's a fantastic guitar. It's just, well, I basically just my girlfriend at the time, Civet, my ex, was she hated it and wanted me just like, you sell that. You just take that and sell it, and I kept it because it annoyed her. But I actually think it's cool as fuck as well. It's so ridiculous. It's in such bad taste. I guess it's more dark red burgundy. Yeah, another one. Hey Dave, how's it going? Yeah, no, I've got a Westfield SG that I got as a moving in gift. That my pal bought. It's really good. So I'll see. I was going to put a pedal in it. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I've not really decided. Hey Thomas, how's it going? Hey Kane. You used to repair your road. Car people, I'm pure shite at the cars. Totally, I drove a Panda for years longer than I should have. Touch wood, the thingy seems really good. The Honda, I'm really loving it. The limited, the LTD Viper is fantastic. I had the cheap one. Was it a Viper 60 or a Viper 50? It said it on the 12th fret. It was silver and it was absolutely flawless. It was totally amazing. I just couldn't look at it because I'm so used to looking at a normal SG. It just looked melted. It looks like a jazz bass shape where the upper horn. I didn't like it. Again, yes. I have moved 5 miles east from where I was. Oh, that's right. You get the green Quincy. I don't know if I ever had a shot of it. I remember you saying when you bought it. I wanted to buy. There was one that the model was called Glasgow. I can't remember which one it was. I think it was Glasgow and Aberdeen and Edinburgh were the model names. Obviously meant to sound exotic. And if it said Glasgow on the truss rod cover, I would maybe have bought one. They weren't expensive when they came out. They always looked, one of those guitars, a wee bit like, what's the other brand? There's a few brands kicking about. You know the ones that look suspiciously, that seems like an awful good buy. Why is that 150 quid? Something's not right about it. There probably isn't. Tits, tyres or testicles? I suppose there we go. Talking about overindulgence in guitars. They don't really go wrong. Or cost lots of money, really. You never really get, it's not that you got that pure on, I need to spend £700 on a new clutch for my Strat, you know what I mean? It's like, if you dropped it maybe, if you crashed it. Hey David, it's a 4 in a block, so I'm like bottom of a 4 in a block. There's somebody above me on the ground floor, which is good. See, when I was lugging in all that shit, one of the other places I was looking at was up 4 flights of stairs, and it was just, even just walking up at once, my legs were sore. I was like, this is going to be a nightmare. See, even just doing a gig, carrying 2 basses and a bass amp, that's going to be an absolute killer. Never mind all the fucking piles of shit I've got. I mean, I'm significantly, very often coming out the car carrying 4 guitars at one time. You know, Harley Penn. Yeah, you can't Harley. I don't know. Well, if you get some schmuck to do all the work on it, and you want to do it yourself, it's just kind of, you'd be better buying a more expensive guitar. A Dan Electro 59 6 string of the 12 string, and I think it's awesome. Couldn't pass up Blacklight. I mean, if Dan Electros were cheaper, I would buy them. I just feel, I love the way they're dead cheaply built and stuff like that, but they're just, to me, they shouldn't, for 300, 400, 500 quid, you don't need to have a hardwood guitar. If they were like 150 quid new, they'd be absolutely amazing. I love playing them. I can't, you can just get a better guitar, like, on paper, or just like, they do what they do though. Used to live in 4 floors up, used to get used to the stairs a bit, yeah. I don't want to get used to the stairs. I've got to get used to the hedge I've got to get round, which is just encroaches on you. You just constantly come in with a wet arm, because the path's kind of like leaning away from the hedge, but it's not very wide, but you're kind of always leaning in to the hill, if you know what I mean, so you're not falling to the right, and then your arm, not really complaining though. New pad saying Bucky, yeah. I had to Bucky. Is it not $400, a quarter villa? Yes, I quite like. Okay, I'll have a quarter villa. How tasty Bucky? The Bucky is good. I'm enjoying it. I did start it last night, but it was good. Thinking, what's that guitar? Yeah, well, I kind of built this one. Well, no, long story short, the luthier built it for me for helping him out by sanding down a couple of other ones. So I'd basically just got the body and the neck. The neck was already built, and the body, I could choose whether I wanted a long or a short horn. If you look at that one, it's got like a short horn. I wanted a long horn one, and a rough shape, and I got to choose how it was. So I went for a Telecaster bridge type thing, and a humbucker there, and a Telecaster plate, and all the parts were mine. So it's custom made. It's the best one. It doesn't show up, but the wood that the neck's made of, once I get 4K, I'll do a proper video of just the wood that this neck's made of. It's absolutely ridiculous. Dave, I have not been to IKEA, but have been sampling their products for sure. I've got 3 Kallax units, a few drawers, and now I don't know if I'll get anything else IKEA. I bought some IKEA plates. I think that lamp might be IKEA. Slowly just lowering the tone, good stuff. Encroachment. No, it's good to be back. That may be a Gary Glitter song, so maybe it's not. So any more buys? Kit Kat's got an orange amp. I do like the orange amp. I have to say that I've not tried the Micro Terror. Nope. The Tiny Terror I have tried. The Tiny Terror is basically the dirty channel of my amp when it's on half power mode. I think the Tiny Terror's 15 watt and it's just the dirty channel. Whereas mine is basically, I've got a switch that changes it from 30 watt to 15 watt, and if you use the dirty channel, it sounds exactly the same, because it just is. Aye. The dirty channel. Have you made a home cooked meal? Yes, I actually invented something earlier on tonight, and I was like, I wasn't sure, I just got a wee bit carried away. What I had was, you can use chicken, but I didn't actually. I bought frozen kebab meat from Home Bargains, which I shouldn't have. I need to work out how to turn this off. What do I have to press? Okay. So I had some of that kebab meat, whole wheat pasta, an onion chopped up, some green beans chopped up, some of that kebab meat chopped up, a couple of chilies, and about 50-50 a new kebab sauce, and then 50-50 kebab sauce and just like boring tomato pasta sauce to make a sort of doner kebab flavoured pasta, and it was actually pretty good. I ate all of it. Really enjoyed it. So yeah, I've been inventing things. Never go to IKEA. I can't imagine. I mean, I freak out going into Lidl during the day. Never mind going into. I think I went in once and nearly died. A Redhead 5 watt high watt. I don't know if I know. I don't know high watt anymore. I know they used to be. But I just don't look up modern amps. I had a chance to make up a Wayncaster. Turned out well. Well done. Good stuff. I forgot, but I built 2 of them. It's still yeah, I need to do. I need to work to see if I can get a pedal on it. A fuzz pedal or a distortion pedal would be pretty good. But they work well. Like the Wayncaster. I need to. It's a pity it's getting towards the end of the year. You know what I mean? It's not really outdoor time. Yeah, hell no. Basically, see if I didn't put the kebab meat in it, it'd be nice. Why not? Most of the flavour you get is kebab sauce anyway. The Micro Dark, a wee solid state with a value. A valve. Once again, up its easel, perfect to play in the background. Which burnings? Yes, I have actually. No. There's a tiny Terror Dark I've played. My pal Ian, I need to give him a message and say I've moved. He's got a tiny Terror Dark, which would be the dark version. I'm pretty sure. Can you see pizza? I went through a pizza phase because the wee co-op up the road used to put its stuff for out of date stuff that was out of date today for like 50 pence at 7 o'clock at night. So I'd go up at 7 o'clock at night and I'd ate too many pizzas, and then eventually I started realising they pure bloat you up like mad because I was eating whole ones. You know what I mean? It's like, it was only 50p. I'll just put all on, and I can only eat half it. I'd eat half of it, and then over the next hour I would just eat the other half cold. So yeah. Not maybe I think I had too many pizzas. I just don't fancy them anymore. I can't. It was only last night. A folded pizza, homemade dough. Yeah, well, I am aware. We are civilised here in Scotland. Many years I've been aware of the Donner Calzone. Yes. Yeah, Witch Burnings. I wrote a song. So that was a song I wrote called Burn the Witch. Let's try and play that again at some point. The perfect header. If the tone's to the right, you're in American territory, then to the left, back into the UK fuzz. That's such a wanky thing to say, Kit Kats. I'm sorry, that's pure. I think you should be banned for tone language. You might as well said it was transparent or plummy. My God, you disgust me. Oh. Exactly. No, that's the best guitar I've ever played. It's a Gibson scale neck, but Gibson scale, but it's a Fender neck with 24 frets on it. So this neck's the pickups and sort of should be kind of a wee bit up here, so it's in a different place. Works really well though. It's different from all the other ones. Yeah, I'm plugged into it. It's a PV Valve King. The reason I chose it is because it's black and matches the TV unit, and also it goes quieter than all the other Valve amps. Like the orange doesn't go as quiet as that one, and neither does the vaporizer. They don't cut in. This one, that's just on full power. It's just like. That was £10. That's okay. Still got to make the food. You put it in a tub and send it to me. Oh, Sloaney. Oh, keep going. We'll be start abusing guitars a bit more. Make some noise. Oh. Custom colour Trump orange, yes. What does the tone knob adjust? Is that like just a general question? It takes away the high frequencies. It's a low pass filter. Lets all the low sounds through. Doesn't let the high sounds through. On this guitar, I very rarely use it. It's also a bit like a wah-wah pedal. Sometimes it's nice having the tone off though. That was just reminding me it's got 24 frets there. I never play up that high. But I may, I'll need to start doing it. No, I'm sitting here in front of my charity shop record collection. Yes, I'm saying that. Yep. You're the one using tone words. Yeah, fucking campoid, really. Oh. It's really the thing. It isn't quiet though. I plugged in I've got like a wee loop pedal, a tuner, and a wee rat pedal going into one of the. Is it a K-line power supply? And basically, as soon as you plug that in, the amp just buzzes like mad. Whether you've got the pedals plugged in or not, I'm still going straight into the amp. If I plug in the pedal power supply, it just buzzes like mad. So I might need to try and run it some other way. That's why I'm stuck on clean. I wish I could get the thingy. Different light situation. You can see the nick of that. If the light gets it, you see it moves. You see it's kind of the biggest bits that you can see. Yeah. I have spent time with a camera trying to film it. It just doesn't look right on video. In real life, you play the guitar and it's distracting because it moves when you're playing. It's a boom. Well, I've never played the boom mic stand's the one I always used. It's just because I've never really played sitting down. Also, I'm having to not hit it with the guitar, so it's not ideal. For a live stream, it's kind of alright, but I need to get my standing up and be able to go up and stand and talk into the mic rather than having this. Also, I keep battering. I'm going to end up denting it, hitting on the back of this seat. Although this is the tinkiest seat I've got. Got a fantastic settee there and a cool looking settee there. Hey Horse Racer, hey Gordon, how's it going? Yes, you need to come and see me. I'm much better off now. Oh yeah. A tiger stripe in the neck, yeah. It's also ebony. It's got glow in the dark fret markings on the edge, and these are real mother of pearl fret dots. That's why it looks only half of them light up. Depends what the angle is. Hey Jeff, yes, I'm. You got to display the wood. It's like I assume Dave's designed it this way. The angle that this looks best at is looking at it when you're playing it. I think a similar thing with the corker, which I haven't actually looked at either. I'm sure the fingerboard, it's like a flame maple, but I think whoever it was built it chose it so that the angle that it looked best at was kind of that. You know, it looks better from the angle you're actually. Yeah. I'll stop talking. You chuck me orange Hun couch, really? I'm wearing green trousers. It does not make me a Celtic fan. I had to throw it away. Well, it's not thrown away. It's in my rock room. But I mean, it wasn't a real settee. You get like occasional seats. You know, you're meant to sit it in the corner of your bedroom for once a month when somebody comes over. You're not meant to sit on it every day. But it's orange. It'll be in the background of this room's mostly blue for some reason. Green jeans. I've never had green jeans before. I don't even know why I'm got them on just now. But green jeans. Actually, I'm going to play that one. Oh no, actually, Mr. Whitesnake, you're in for a treat. Wait till you see this. I will have to tune it. Look, what's that, Mr. Whitesnake? I've not actually even plugged it in to see if it works. Oh. Yep, just need to tune it. So, my pal Ronnie sent me this a couple of weeks ago. And I'm like, I'm not buying any more guitars. I'm not buying any more guitars. It's a CSL. I'm going to say early 80s Japanese Stratocaster. And even after I'd been sent a link that said I wasn't going to buy it, the guy who was selling it messaged me privately and said, Malcolm, have you not seen this? This is your sort of thing. Must be one of you guys. And I was like, yeah, I can't buy it. And then Ronnie just bought it. And he brought it up when we were sitting there and was playing it. So it's got the original trem, original neck. It's the pickguard replacement with like one of these Temu ones with three hot rails in it and a black plate. And Ronnie was just saying, I mean, basically, it's in really good condition. That headstock is not for a Strat. It's like, I don't like it. I'd rather a rosewood one as well. And then this is completely, which I hadn't thought of, obviously, otherwise I would have bought it. I've got this, right? Well, I don't have this. Is that up here? What's that other roadster you've got? Is that up here? Oh, I've got the RS. So, I've got to try and work out some way of swapping this guitar for something with Ronnie, or a neck, so I could put that neck on that. Yeah, it's like that headstock, completely unacceptable on a Strat, but the perfect one for that. If I'd thought about it, if I'd thought earlier, I would just have bought it. I wouldn't have this. I wouldn't be in this pickle, and I would have kept this bridge as well. But this was rather nice. Green beans and green jeans. What was that? What's one of my favourite Bon Scott lyrics? And my new blue jeans. Well, they used to be new, and they used to be blue, and they used to be clean. Yeah. Oh, love the 70 sunburst. See, I would much rather have the white. Well, I don't know. It's in amazing condition. It's got like dinks in it from when it's been bashed, but not from play. The neck's absolutely stunning. It's not a one piece, so it's a FGN, Fuji Gen build. I'm assuming it's going to fit that Roadster, but I quite fancy that. This is a lovely guitar. And actually, these are 3 humbuckers. Sounds alright to me. Yeah, but I mean, it's a sort of Roadster, but it's more of a Strat, and it's like the headstock's not quite Roadster. I don't think it's slightly off. But what else? What else can I put on that Roadster body? I tried putting a Charvel neck with a pointy headstock. I've got an Ibanez RG neck. I've got a Fender Strat neck. Every one I put on it, it was just like, what's this one? Yeah. It's not really a cracked pocket. It's like it's someone's tried to chip away at it. Oh, okay, it is a bit cracked. Yes, but it's like it looks much worse because somebody's tried to fill it in with what looks a bit like silicone or something. Yes, but basically, if I'd seen this neck on its own for the price of the guitar, and I'd remembered I had that Roadster, I would have paid for it. Is it even the guy told me was happy? I just need to change the tuners, and it's like it does have the shitty looking tuners, but it's made in Japan, shitty looking tuners. So okay, same not brilliant design, better metal. So it's like the ones on my Tempest. Oh, it's got the shitty tuners on it. Oh, I should change them. So that survived since 1974 with those tuners on it, and they still work really well. I think they're probably going to be a hell of a lot. They're going to last another 40 years as opposed to your Temu lock-in tuners. You know, they're going to outlast them, so keep them. I need to put some I just want to put coil splits or something in this. So that's another guitar I've kind of ended up acquiring. It's really nice, so it's just a shame about the headstock. well, a shame and not a shame, because I want this on that Roadster. I don't know what kind of pickup I put in it. I think I'd even doing the horrible thing of, do I put like imagine like a cream DiMarzio Super Distortion in the bridge, and then a P90, a cream P90 in the neck. Oh. Suits you, sir. That could be interesting. But actually, my guitar purchases are not over yet. Wait till you see this one. I met one of you guys on the car boot sale, actually. Well, I was playing my acoustic bass. I've not had an acoustic bass for years. The one I had a small body. It was a Westfield, and it was a bit fancy. It had all abalone in a nice case. It was in really good condition. I think I paid £200 for it with the case, and then I don't know, about 10 years later, I was always meant to sell it, never got out to, and someone was requesting one. You know what? It must be in good condition. Blah blah blah. And I just sold it. I got my money back for it. I never played it, but this one is. What's that? A Gear for Music. These are £103 delivered new. I bought it at the car boot sale, and it's not plugged in, so. Does it fit the roaster body? I don't know. I'm just assuming it does. I will make it fit. No, I'm quite happy with being CSL. I've got the CSL Telecaster. I've got other roadsters. I think I'll just leave it as CSL. I'll be quite happy with that. But I think I have to do it, and I think I have to put like a really expensive pickup in it. I've got 3 original DiMarzio Super Distortions. One is in the Kraken, you saw a minute ago. One is in a Westtone Raider, and one is in a Westtone Clipper. I'd probably take it out the Clipper and put it in that. A big complaint I personally have nowadays with the guitars is the quality of the steel used in the hardware night and day. Well, sort of, yes, but that's the quality of the cheapest guitars. You know, if you're looking at whatever I think they were all, you know, I don't know, your Satellite Les Pauls, they were still 80 or 90 quid in the late 70s, early 80s, so you've kind of always been looking at, maybe it's now about 120 quid for the sort of cheapest alright guitar you get, but back then, the cheapest guitars had really shit hardware that, you know, they don't survive. You know, if you ever see a Marlin, it doesn't have, well, we don't see Marlins anymore, but, you know, they disintegrate, whereas, like, the Westtones, if it's got replacement tuners on it, it's because somebody stole the good tuners, the Gotos, off it and put them in something else and put shitty tuners on it. Do you know what I mean? It's like the hardware on a standard Westtone, unless it's been butchered by somebody or, you know, dropped and damaged, will still be rock solid. That's where the Japanese stuff really kicked the ass of everything else. But I mean, you can get decent hardware. I don't know. But I mean, is it going to last 40 years? Don't know. A GS Mini acoustic electric bass. See, the one I had, I think, was a short scale. It kind of looked the same as this, but it is massive. And I was like, it was actually a guy I knew at Caboose, so I was like, you'd like this acoustic bass, and it's like, that's a Gear for Music one. So I could have a wee shot of it, and the action was a wee bit high, but it was really loud and sounded great, and the strings were minging, absolute Technics jobs, and it sounded really loud and great, and it's like, well, I sawed it. I always wanted an acoustic bass, but the one I had was worth 200 quid, so that's not the one that you fling in the back of the car. It might get wet and stuff, but I mean, okay if you're paying £100 for a new one, but I mean, I didn't pay £100 for it. Just a pity it says Gear for Music on it. I might have to just wear that as a badge of honour. But I really regretted not buying one last year. Download, my pal Wayne had one. It was a Dean. It was huge. It was bigger than this. It didn't have a cutaway. It was even bigger than this, and it was black. And I think he wanted 80 quid for it. And it was amazing. It was so loud just because it was huge. Maybe, I think maybe this is quite thick as well. But again, the main problem with an acoustic bass is it doesn't matter how loudly you play this acoustic bass, like unplugged. If someone's an arsehole and with a dreadnought battering out an open G, it's too loud for the bass. If somebody's playing with any sort of modicum of restraint and is appreciating, all right, you're you've got a maximum volume, I'll play with that in mind, then they're not a problem. Oh, hey Steve Cassidy and the Malconites. Malcoholics, I believe it was called at one point. Yeah, Fender Floyd Rose project is a mess. Floyd Rose's is just, no, I don't know. I've got my J-Packs, the two, my RG and my Paul Gilbert out to get Elixir strings next. It does hardtail when you batter the strings. It sounds better. It's like when you absolutely batter any Floyd Rose, it kind of goes like that. You know, not without. It's difficult. Try to get a wee bit carried away playing that there. Oh. You still need a Unit 3 in engineering to attempt the Floyd Rose. But there's so many videos and stuff on how to do it. It's not that difficult. Just looking up a cool-sized map to find the bus numbers. Do you know there's a Tackmadoon Road that takes you to Bannockburn via Easter Buckyburn? Yes, I was aware of the Tackmadoon Road. There's also a medieval village on it that me and Jen were going to go up and take photos with guitars at, which I think we might do. I heard only older Jen playing acoustic bass this week. Oh, I thought you said I heard only. Alright, okay. That sounded so good it piqued my interest in him. We'll play one. An acoustic baritone. Yes, I know. Baritones are amazing, but even baritones are amazing. Yeah. It's just... It's the same. I built an EB6, so it's like an EBO but 6-string bass out of an old Avon Japanese one, which I would never have chopped up these days. But I was young, didn't know anything about it. And like, see an open G, or what you're it's not an open G anymore, but the open G and D and A chord positions on a baritone, when you just go dring, they just sound fucking amazing. Which it's to do with the tuning. You can't do it with like a Fender 6. There's not enough tension. You can't actually play chords with the baritone when you're blasting out like an open G, which is actually, because you're down to B, it's actually a B. It's a D. So you're playing a G. It's along with somebody playing an open D on an acoustic. It's just bada amazing. It's just one of those things. Again, it's like it's too much money to make them because nobody's going to buy them. So you end up having to buy one. And the cheapest one you can get is a very cheap one because they can't mass produce them. And it always works out that with all, I mean, I've got all of them. I've got the 8-string bass, the 6-string bass, you know, all the different Fender 6 baritones. None of the ones in the middle are as good as a bass or as good as a guitar. They're all in the middle somewhere, but it's like you're kind of treading on the toes of, if you're playing on your own with a drummer, that's pretty cool, but if you've got like a baritone or the 8-string or the Fender 6, you're kind of, encroaching. If you've got a bass player to play along with, you're kind of getting in his way. But if you're playing along with a guitarist, you're kind of getting in their way as well. Maybe good in like a guitar, bass, and you playing something stupid band. But they sound great their own. But I did forget there was an Easter Buckyburn. I need to find that. But this is what I always wish you could get. See, when I bought my acoustic basses, I mean, they were new. I'd never seen one before. They kind of appeared, I don't know, we're talking about about 2000 or something. When I say they appeared not at £1,000. You started getting cheaper ones, and they were never that cheap. But see this, for £103 delivered from Gear for Music, yes, this is just, it's almost worth it if you're going camping. It's like just buy it anyway. And I'd say if you're playing along with people who are got a modest of taste and are quite good in the guitar, there's no issues with them just not playing the loudest the guitar goes to drown you out. Yes, I do like the acoustic bass. The guitar market is dead here. $300 Fender Mims and nobody's buying. My cheap guitar pack for months. Yeah, I'm not really sure. But I mean, the thing about these things is you're always, if you sell things stupid cheap, you're going to get somebody like us that's going to buy them. Do you know what I mean? It's like I don't want to sell them that. It's like, I find it's difficult, especially when I was talking about the guitars I've worked on, you know what I mean? It's like the ones that I've owned for a few years have been, you know, they're playing like absolute dreams because, you know, labour of love, obviously no effort and time, no objective. It might take me a year to do all the things that need to be done, but, you know, I'll get it done. So I'm, you know, buying a Japanese guitar don't get them anymore for like £100 that should probably be about 250, and I've done, if you put labour into it, hundreds of pounds worth of work done on it to get it playing like an absolute screamer, and then I'm going to get £200 for it. It's like, but it's anyone that knows going to play that and then play your, you know, Mexican Fender, and it's like, but it's much better. Everyone is against it's really a buyer's market. I think that's probably true. Yeah, but unless it's something. If it's something you're after, mind you, that CSL didn't sell and it was far too cheap. It did look like it had bad damage in the neck pocket, but I mean, yes, I wouldn't pay as much for it because of the bad damage in the neck pocket. But I know enough about how guitars work that those cracks don't make any difference to the guitar. Roadster minimum 500, yes. I did look up Roadsters. That's what I was thinking. I would also like to get the bridge for the Power Rocker bridge. Oh shit, I can't remember which one's the Hard Rocker bridge. Hard Rocker, because the one that's in the RG140 is a. Can't remember. It's not for sale. Notice here in Scotland, Fender Mims are going so cheap. Like good ones for £300. It seems insane because they're not just brought out. Everyone not complaining about the new Strat. It's like an Indonesian Strat, and it's £1,000. It's a bit of Power Rocker. Yeah, that's the one. Aye, so that's a Hard Rocker. The Power Rocker's the one that's in the RG. Yeah, I think. It's Strats, so Scott. I don't imagine it's Tellies you're picking up for £300. There's such a crossover. I don't know when. To be honest, if I was even if I was starting out, I had a choice of getting like a like a Fender, mid Mexico Fender for 300 quid. Okay, it's just going to be black. If it was white, you know what I mean? Oh. Well, you say it's black or tobacco sunburst or whatever. I would rather have that, the sort of basic one, than have the classic vibe one with all the fancy shit on it. I would rather have just give me a proper Strat. Tellies too. Oh, there you go. Aye. I don't know. But the thing about tellies is, I mean, try to buy a telly. There's no tellies for. The only telly you're going to find just now for anything like £100 or under is going to be a Harley Benton one or one of those East Coast ones, and they kind of cost like 120 quid new anyway. So they're you're getting it for 20 quid less than that. You just don't pick up. You're not finding 50 quid tellies ever. Here, I've to be honest, I've never really been able to get maybe one. Okay, Fazli's, yeah, you'll find Fazli's, but again, they're only. The reason they're under 100 quid is because they cost under 100 quid to buy. They're not bad guitars. It was almost flawless. What was it? It was a Outlaw. It was called. It was kind of like the Badger I had. It was like a sort of Jaguar Jazzmaster shape, but with like Strat, bridge, and dimensions. I think humbuckers in it. Fucking great guitar. It was brilliant. It was dead light and really loud, and it's one that you could get away going camping with it without having an amp. It was just like that bright and zingy, and yes, it did look cheap. To an extent, I feel the same with the Gear for Music ones. That's an acoustic bass, so it's only so cheap it can look. But the wee short scale basses, it's like you look at it and you go, oh, that's really cheap. But all the bits on it are in the right place and they all work, and you can play it and it sounds good. It just looks nasty. Whereas if you compare that and you go, oh, for an extra 50 quid you can get a Harley Benton. On initial impact, it's all shiny and it looks good, but it plays like shit. Oh. Personal story, I started my guitar journey, acquired a Fender Stratocaster, my favourite guitar at the time. Never mind. I mean, my favourite guitar was always a Gibson SG. Like, up to that point, so when I bought one, I just never went any further. You don't see so many Fazes. The problem with the Telecaster is, it's like, tellies should be cheap, because it's a flat piece of wood bandsawed with a neck put on it with wood screws. It's like it's designed to be cheap to build. So I always feel a little bit. Wonder what Leo would be thinking about now when you're going up here. Oh look, you can get there's Telecasters at £6,000 and £10,000 and stuff, where it's like it was designed to be cheap. It should be the cheapest guitar. It's just because kids want a whammy bar, so that's why all cheap guitars are Strats. Even American Fenders are dropping in price. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, the thing about the American ones is, I mean, there's not really anything you can deny that they are really nice. They might be expensive, but I mean, an American Fender, a wee bit the same with American Gibson. They are, they're another level. The Japanese can fight that level. There could be an argument. I just know, if you didn't know Japanese guitars, I'm not sure you would know. You'd be able to tell the difference between an American and a Japanese guitar. You can, I mean, you can totally tell when you go to Mexico. You can totally tell when you go to Indonesia and stuff like that. It's not the same thing, but that's purely just from experience of me having played, bought, kept the best ones. Oh, they just happen to be Japanese sold. Hey Jess, thanks man. You're my super chat extreme. He gets the gold star for sure. Aye, so I'm back and we're just talking about acoustic basses. Backs is back. Just got slowly, baby. I mean, I didn't like Strats or Tellies, but I get not liking a Strat, but I can't not like a Telly. After I get stuck with one jam one time, I always thought they looked cool. I never liked the way they sounded, but there's something about it when you're stuck with one. It's just like, I mean, I even chose the Kraken there. It was like no contours on it to make it, and Telly controls, because Tellys are just there's something just perfect about it. Don't know. Go for a cooking analogy. It's like, I don't know. It's like there's not that many ingredients, but they're all just really good. I mean, it's simple. You know, it's like, what's the bet? It's like for about the piece of classic literature, Ratatouille. When it's like, yeah, that's what you asked for, Ratatouille. It's like, it's just fucking, I don't even know what it is, courgettes and tomatoes and that's it. There's fuck all in it. There's about 6 ingredients, and that's what it is. Don't go on with guitars. Sonar poop. I like the one Strat that was because it was shorter scale length though. Not went on it. I never got it fixed. Alright, well, a lot can be done with just how they're set up as well. Strats seem awful bendy if you're not used to them, and dead thin sounding. It's always good to be. No, that's what I wonder. Whether you would actually like playing the Kraken, because that's a Gibson scale. I mean, it can make a huge difference to a lot of people. If you've been playing a Strat, you've only got a Strat and a spare Strat. That's all you ever play, and you've been in a band playing it for 5 years or 10 years, and then you snap a string and someone hands you a telly. It can totally screw you up. Oh my god, everyone's in a different place. Whereas I'm just too used to skipping between guitars that I don't notice. You just automatically change. I've used the analogy before. It's like if you're working in like a car dealership or driving lots of different cars. It's like, okay, it's like once you've driven 10 cars, you can kind of drive anything. You just get used to it. It's like, oh, no, the gear stick's a wee bit further to the left on this one, or or maybe the reverse is here instead of there, or where's the window goes down? But once you've been driving it for 5 minutes, once you've encountered all the things that are different once, you don't think about it again. You're 2 roundabouts and you're away and you're just driving. Whereas it's a bit like that with guitars. It's like I'll play it and just immediately just automatically lock into that it's a short scale bass or a long scale bass or a Gibson or a Fender, and all the strings are a bit bendy, or the strings are not very bendy in this. You just get used to it. Bending string. Bending strings, Mr. Whitesnake, it's that way lies madness. Never try and do a fancy bend. Never try and learn the Gilmore one, because only Gilmore can do it. I like single coils, but if I have to have one guitar, it needs to be a humbucker somewhere. Sort of, I don't know. You get away with it with a telly. The thing is, you kind of get away with it with anything. Because I remember the first time I got a shot of a Strat, it was actually my pal Andy's. It was a brand new Japanese Strat. So it was a really good one. I'd never come across a Strat that I really liked. And I just didn't understand it. It didn't work. It's like, how come I can't play Black Sabbath? It's just not for that and stuff like that. And the rat pedal doesn't work with it. But now, I've not changed the amp or the rat pedal. It's like, I'll play fucking Black Sabbath on a Strat, no problem, on any pickup you like. I think there's a determination to make it work, that you can just make it work. Like if you're in a telly and you're playing a Metallica song, it can be done. It's just a case of if it doesn't sound good, there's a way of muting it or hitting it harder or something to do it. Oh. One of the odd folks that prefers a heavy guitar. Weirdo. Strats and tellies feel too light. After the time I gave it to Jen, my Washburn Tour 24 weighed more than a Les Paul, and it was a telly. Swapped the bridge humbucker in my Mustang for a single coil, and I could get along with it. But I kept feeling it was missing everything. I just wanted to play James Brown songs too. I like him. I did this. What's the guitar? The one I gave to Pete. One Pete and Diesel have. An Ibanez RG. It was 2 humbuckers, and I fitted it with a 3-way switch. So you had neck humbucker. In the middle position was both the coils split, so it was like Telecaster middle position, and in the third position was the bridge humbucker. That is my ultimate wiring, I think. Just because it's a 3-way switch, and you get the neck humbucker, the bridge when do you ever use both humbuckers at the same time? I never do. Was this one automatically double auto coil splitting? So basically in the middle position you had one stratty clean sound, and then that's my layout. But so yeah, coil splitting. I don't need single coils. I don't need single coils on their own, but I do need two single coils working together. Yeah. Put on a fuzz or more than one gain pedal. Enjoy the quiet of a humbucker. Humbucker and parallel works too. Aye, well, it's not a humbucker then. It's a hum canceller. Yes. I see. I wonder if there's a problem with, see, how close are your pedals to your amp? Because I never had. I was running those shitty cheapy Temu pedals all over the place, and I wasn't really having any problems with noise. And it's shit power supplies, so I don't really know. I think there's an awful lot of them. Maybe how clean your power supply is to start with, or something. I don't really know. But for a broken pickup, everyone would think, well, that's it. You just don't know, do you? Or maybe just the neck pickup. Yeah. You got the Behringer Center. Cool. I had that was one. I had the Golden Horsey clone. That was cool. I don't know. I did see it. No, the Behringer one I fancied was the Super Fuzz one. I don't argue whether it's actually going to be any different. You know what I mean? Is it just going to be the same as all the other ones? I consider moving my board away. It's worth just to see if that's the thing. I mean, I remember I used to forever fighting. My pal kept wanting hum cancelling. He was always about hum cancelling and stuff like that. I really haven't. And he basically had to, I can't remember what kind of amp it was, but it was sitting there. And you're like, so your pickups are, 6 inches, a foot away from the amp. See if you put the amp over there so it's pointing at you so you can actually hear the speaker, and you're far enough away to make it do that. I think maybe sitting a bit as far away from the amp as you can is probably a good idea. It's funny how those Behringer Centers use regular silicon diodes instead of a Schottky or something closer to germanium. I don't think it's funny, funny. I don't know. I got one of a fuzz. I think I maybe got it in one of the videos, and it was a G fuzz from Temu, and it was germanium. And I took it to bits to have a look at it. It did have germanium. The germanium transistors look a bit like, the water tower, the Warner Brothers water tower. Imagine that, but made of chrome. That they look like that, as opposed, so they're different. And it was a really wild sound. And then when I tried to use it again, like 2 days later, even though it was still sitting plugged into the same thing, it was totally uncontrollably just all over the place. I know. So I mean, obviously, if you're buying a Temu pedal for under a tenner, it's not going to have the best germanium stuff in it, but I think they're a bit mental. Germanium, it's a bit unpredictable, as in it may not work. Because noise, yes. No, I mean, the buzz is unbearable. It's like you try to hunt it down. It's death in it. So what? Another guitar? I got another guitar today. It's like, which I'll probably do. Once I get my desk set up, I'll do a video on it. So we've got the Jim Deacon Classic in candy apple turquoise. Again, it's pretty good. It's like, it's just one of those ones that I wish if you could be bothered spending a bit of time making it work, they're amazing. But you see them, and it's like it's annoying for me to try and do them and sell them up, because I should really, it should be like 120 quid or something like that, but they don't go for that, because people will go, oh, I saw one for 60. The problem is, you see one for 60 or 50 quid, it's like this. Saddles all over the place. We've got a couple of bent grub screws, so it needs a new saddle or new grub screws in here. The tuners are Clussen types. This one's missing a key, and it's really annoying that you can't quite get it to play. Yeah, and I would say having to tune it with a spanner's just way out. But I do like And it's the one with the really glossy neck on it, which puts us like basically it's a Squire Classic vibe, apart from not costing that, and it's a totally cool colour. Again, what do I do with this? It's like it's a Strat. How are you going to improve a Strat look? I mean, look at the Rosewood, the next one off. It's almost jet black. You know, find that on a sub £300 guitar. Go, I dare you. New. Oh. Somebody earlier on was talking about J-Pax guitars. I'll have this for some colour. Oh, it's maybe not the best colour for this one. Oh. The boys from Mighty Car Mods are now 50 years old. I don't know what that is. Oh. I'll have to give me 120 for one. I'll give me 120 for that one. What I'll do is I'll put tuners on it that work. But this is one of these things. It's like you buy it to upgrade it, but how do you upgrade it whenever none? It's kind of pretty good. You know, I would fear that someone who didn't really know what they were doing buying guitars like that are just going to go, oh, I'll just buy lock-in tuners. You know, it's not staying in tune, I'll buy lock-in tuners. So you're throwing 20 quid at it, 30 quid at it, and it's like, if it's not going out of tune, well, obviously on that one of the fucking tuners is missing. So yeah, that is an issue. But most of the time, it's something to do with the nut or the bridge. And a lot of the time, it does have a tusk nut. Somebody bought a tusk nut to do it, but they just bought a tusk nut and put it on. They didn't cut it to fit the guitar, so the strings are off. There's so many things I know just from having dealt with. I was thinking about it. I must be nearing 1,000 guitars I've gone through, worked on, played, something like that. Definitely easily 500. I've probably owned 500 guitars. Yeah. Well, exactly the same going free locally to you. The colour was lovely, but still a Strat. What is it? Get one at the Strat, Sloaney. Get one. And then try playing clean. It makes you play differently. The thing is, it kind of suits me now because I keep playing. I know the next stage I'm wearing green trousers and sitting down playing, but clean is very satisfying to play. But it needs to be good. So I went through so many years using the rat pedal to hide things that, see, when you don't have the rat pedal and you're forced to play clean, it makes you tighten everything up, and then when you do put the rat pedal on, oh, it's a lot better. Oh. We're not going to turn one of those Jim Deacons into a super bucky caster. Possibly, yeah. The thing is, I can't paint that one because it's such an amazing shade of colour. I just like that colour. The guy so it made millions after he died. He had a cheap guitar collection. That's the thing you're thinking about it, isn't it? So I mean, provided I can. The thing is, I was telling myself when I was buying all this, the guitars and stuff like that, when I went without proper food for, you know, a while and stuff like that, when I was buying them all, it was an investment in the future, because I never bought any of these guitars new, so none of the guitars I've got are worth less than what I paid for them. I'm not sure any of them are worth less than twice what I paid for them, excluding work done on them. So I mean, yeah, there's no point in me having them all. You just need to get the right moment to sell them. It'd be really nice if I could manage to have my YouTube room with no guitars in bags just piled up against the walls, or maybe even if I had my bedroom without having a big wall of hard cases, because I mean, what's the point? They're in hard cases. It's not even like I can have them on display. I mean, this room's just been overtaken by guitars, and they're just stragglers. They're not even ones I've been particularly doing anything with. How come the Epiphone Les Pauls don't have push-pull pop? Because Gibson people don't like I think you'll find the 1958 Gibson Les Paul doesn't have push-pull pots. But yeah, some do. It costs extra money. You got to get somebody to wire it in. And does it matter if it's going to cost you an extra £20 to build a guitar, to pay somebody to wire in a pot? It's probably going to add £100 to the thing. But I'm not buying an Epiphone Les Paul for blah blah blah. Strings in that are too old to play. Let me give you any other. Oh, this one. Go for the controversial issue. Controversy of having a guitar that you can't look up the forums to find out about. You just have to go, oh, that's it. You either like it or you don't like it. And people have to tell you, oh, I don't like that guitar. I don't like the way it's in tune, but yeah, so this one to me looks a bit odd because it's not the Kraken. This has been bashed. I see a guitar that Jen's been playing. I'll just put it down against the seat. Oh, yeah, I'll use the tuners to cushion the impact when it hits. I'm expecting it to pop in now. You post it to London? Of course I can post it to London. Yeah. I'll just clean it up and sell it. It's yours then. I mean, it's the thing is, because I fix up guitars and put stupid pickups in them and fuzz pedals and all that stuff, I feel that when it's stupid being a shit salesman, shit businessman, I feel that I want the guitar to seem worth it. But it is if that's they're amazing guitars. Obviously it'll be fully working. I'll see if I can find a tremolo arm for it. Give it a good clean, so it'll be pure amazing. But yeah, it's just I don't want it. It's too nice to do anything with. I mean, if you really wanted to put better pickups in it, but I mean, the thing about single coils is that I think it's much easier to make a decent single coil, and it's not a bottom of the line Strat. So I think they're probably pretty good. I mean, I don't know. The thing is, new in tech treat. I'm so. I mean, a wee bit of Jen's rubbed off on me. It really is. Black Strats offend me now. There's just so many of them. It just comes down to I see so many, and it's just like my first electric guitar was a Black Strat, and I never liked it. Surf Green Encore Strat I play my Les Paul clean most of the time. I mean, the playing humbuckers clean is not something I ever do. I need this is much louder than the Kraken, so it is. Actually, thinking about it, this was it was me that chose how this was going to be wired. I really like the Yamaha Pacifica, so you've got a humbucker and a P90, and there's a push-pull on the humbucker with a 3-way switch. But actually thinking about it, the way the Kraken's wired, it's got a 5-way switch. It does it's the same sounds that this does. So this one you can have bridge humbucker, bridge single coil, and then bridge humbucker and neck pickup, bridge single coil and neck pickup, and then neck pickup on its own. So there's your 5 sounds. Whereas on that one I've got a lever, which gives you, well, it's got a humbucker in the neck and a single coil on the bridge, but you get the same sounds on a lever. So I could put it on a lever. It's different though. This is a different shape. That one was designed for me apparently. It does have a fantastic flamed maple neck on the back, but not as flamey as that one. It's also, this one has a hip shot tuners and a Scholler bridge, and Seymour Duncan's, whereas mine has Bill Lawrence pickup, a DiMarzio pickup, Gotoh tuners and a Gotoh bridge. I don't have a likes thing. 21 watching, only 3 likes. Alright, it's at 18, Sloaney. But yes, cheers. Thanks for spiking the likes. I should probably get a Spike the Likes t-shirt. And I think there was actually quite a lot. I looked at it, was like 47 folk on earlier on, which is about as high I think as it's ever been. Oh, I've actually got a thingy. I've got analytics. I can't be bothered. As soon as I start, every time I start messing about with these things, that's when it just goes blank, and then I have to reboot the stream. So I'm not going to bother doing that. Yeah, well, this is, I suppose, is kind of like the Kraken. Well, this was the premium one. This is a alder body, ebony fingerboards, the flame maple neck. But the big difference between this one and that one is I will never sell that one. You can buy this one. I don't know. My pal said he didn't like the look at it. I think this is... It works. The blue and the white. It kind of goes with the shape. The way this was originally painted. It's very difficult because it's such a bizarre shape. If you put too much things on it, it doesn't... You've got to be able to see the bizarre shape. But it's got this horn on it again, like the way mine does. It's in a different place, but it's kind of... There's something about having this... It feels right there against you. I don't know, it's like a security thing. Yeah, Scott, everyone says that. But it's like how... I don't know, they ergonomically, they're phenomenal, and I'm used to looking at it now. But I used to get that with guitars a lot. What I used to do is I would get a guitar. It wouldn't be a kind of expensive, £200-300 guitar I bought myself. It'd be like some broken thing that I'd picked up for 50 quid, thinking I'm going to be able to double my money on it if I fix it, sort of thing. And I'd be like, look, I don't know, and then I would hang it up just off to the side of my TV for a few days, and not intentionally sit and look at it, but after a few days get used to it, and then end up going, no, actually I like it. This one to me looks much odder than the Kraken, but that's only if it was the other way around. You just get used to it. That's the problem with people get with Les Pauls. When people, that's what I really like Gibson. I can see if Miles will look, the knobs are in the wrong place. I don't look at Les Pauls enough to notice that the knobs are, an inch higher up, but you get used to it. It would look great in black. You wouldn't be able to see it if it was black. I was supposed to hide it and you wear a black t-shirt, possibly. What happens when likes are struck? Perks, incentives? I don't get it. It means people are more likely to view the channel. But I think I might have a chance of doing a bit more attractive to people who've never seen it before by actually having a thumbnail and being in 4K and doing a small amount of editing. But I mean, I'm not going to stop doing. The way I do it. I can't. The whole thought of having to, I will not be scripting shit. Fuck that. Because it's so difficult it's like I can't talk. What I'm trying to do is I made a mistake, I've got to do the video again or start again. It's like, but I don't remember. I've already told you this story. I was like, no, it's awful. That's those Electro Lives. I know what you mean. But no, the thing is, because I don't really look at Les Pauls that much, so I don't find them offensive. I was talking about the ESP Viper earlier on. I found that offensive because it was like an SG that had been melted. And I found it offensive just because I'm used to looking at SGs. If I wasn't used to looking at SGs, it wouldn't bother me. But even then, you get offensive and not offensive. Like my pal Andrew's got a You know the Muse guitar, the Cort one. It's kind of like a telly, but it's kind of melted. I find that offensive to look at. But if you look at my FGN Telecaster, it's the same but the opposite way. So it's like it's kind of less of it. There's chunks cut out it. It's a bit too pointy, but I pure love it. It looks great. But if it's not quite right, see if it's going to be different, I don't know. There's a lot to it. You get Pokemon cards, oh dear. I think that's even worse than Magic the Gathering, although I did actually buy a packet of Magic the Gathering cards, a big pile for a tenner, just because I wondered what it was going to be like, and it didn't make any sense to me, but it's kind of cool art in the cards. I was going to use them as neck shims, so some cool guy sitting there with a Magic the Gathering. I don't understand it. I've lost all interest in it, but it seemed interesting for a few days watching YouTube. What people watching? Like your vids because they're organic and authentic, organic and analog. Yeah, well, as far as I can. Yeah, you gotta get in there. But I mean, I think there's a line in the middle. I could probably have a thumbnail. You know, spending 5 minutes doing a proper thumbnail so that actually people click on it, and then maybe being a little bit more regimented for the first couple of minutes. Or something, I don't know. Because when you watch different people's videos, it's like sometimes there's different bits that I like to watch on some people's videos. Like I went off Troglodyte, I can't board with him anymore, but the only bit I watched was a bit when he was talking about it on the top. As soon as he started playing, I just turned it off. I wasn't interested. And it's like, so there's a line about how long do you talk about it, how long you play it. I mean, I get comments on videos all the time. It's like, oh, for fuck's sake, you're gonna stop talking and actually play the guitar. And then I get other one goes like that, pure, I wish you'd stop playing the guitar and talk about it more. And it's like, it depends. Depends. I could have bought a lot of Bitcoin. I suppose so. Well, I don't know. I'm talking about, you know, buying guitars as investments, but I suppose there must be a certain amount of fear with the investment, or even just if like stocks and shares and stuff like that. So as to what the stock's sitting at just now, the stocks are sitting at $20. It's like, oh, should I sell them? I only paid 10 for them, so I'm getting 20. But if I sell them for 20, what happens if next week they go for 50? So there's that, and it's like, you know, it's like, I just sold all my guitars in the shit time just now when guitars are cheap, and then suddenly there's a boom and there's lots of them, and it's like, oh, and then suddenly you see guitars that you sold for twice as what you paid for, what you sold them for. Don't know. But if the fear of letting go of the guitars is a difficult one, and also that whole being able to replace it. That's why I don't have any Squires or anything like that, or Epiphones, because if I really wanted another one, I could just replace it. You know, not that there was anything wrong with the Squire Strats and all that stuff that I've had. It's the fact that I could just buy another one. You know, like, oh, could you buy back that Strat you had there? Okay, yep, I'll be able to buy one back. I might, if you give me a month, I'll probably get one a bit cheaper, but I can buy one today for 200 quid. You know what I mean? Whereas like most of my guitars are, what, you want one like that? If you keep an eye on Marketplace and, you know, the vintage Japan sites and eBay, and hang about for a year or two, and you'll probably find one of that vague range. You know, not any specific colour or specific model, but you'll probably be able to get a Washburn Stage Series from the 80s. You'll probably get one of them if you're willing to hang about for a year or two to get one for like under $1,000, probably, you know, that sort of thing. I can't be bothered with that. Unless somebody's actually genuinely wants the guitar. Are you going to bring in a bunch of amps and guitars to your broadcasting room like they had there? I mean, broadcasting room, I quite like that. I was just calling it a YouTube room. Yeah, they're already in there. It's just a chaotic mess. at the present moment. But I mean, yeah, I've got all the amps are through there. No, the only ones that are in here are the Carlton, the one with the basket wee front, because I think it looks cool. I'm totally going to fix it or get it fixed. I want to use that in here. I even bought a lampshade that matched it, and the PV Valve King, which I tried to sell a couple of times. Nobody seemed to want to buy it. It's fucking brilliant. And the vaporizer's under its cover in the corner, but everything else is in there all set up. Well, not mic'd up or plugged in, but all in a rough order. I just need to bite the bullet and actually get in there and move shit about. It's going to involve, again, unfortunately, emptying tons of crap into here, moving stuff out, and just... It's as honest, when the house movers moved me, I'm glad they erred on the side of safety, but there was crap to go to the tip, and they brought the crap that was going to go to the tip as well, which involved a big Ottoman thing, just fucking the size of Marshall 4x12, which I didn't want, which I've now got in here, which takes up fucking hundreds of room, and my dad's old printer, which is fucking about the size of a car engine and weighs the same. And it's like these two things on a stupid table that I didn't. These were all meant to go to the bin, and they ended up in here. And it's like now I've got to work around them. Don't try and be something you aren't. What, cool? I don't know. No, I think I can see in Trogley's thing how he's doing it to make money, and it's like I can see it in a lot of things, and there must be a thin line where it is actually possible to make the money without being so overtly obvious and still have some personality, or still without compromising my principles, low though they are. I do have them. I was thinking more along the lines of, the first 5 minutes of the video, which is what most people are skipping in to watch or do anyway, do a little bit of the boring shit and then just do what I've been doing anyway. Because sometimes it's not what you want. Sometimes it's, here's a guitar. The thing about this guitar is, I know it's not really a big thing, but see when you've got like on the bridge pickup through that fuzz pedal, through the vaporizer, it fucking rips. So I just want to play that for 10 minutes. Just doing that. I mean, okay, yeah, it does have something else, but no, that's whatever it is, it feels right. My Suzuki, don't really play it, but I'll never find another one. A Suzuki copy of the Washburn Raven. Nice. I don't know if I even know that one, but it is. Do you have cool posters and a tarp in the room? I don't have a tarp. I've got cool posters. I've got cool posters from my very earliest videos when I was in Lindsay. So I've got my Rolling Stones Voodoo Lounge 1994 poster and the Daily Records / Cop Bang Bottle of Bucky, so I might put them back up, because I don't think I don't know. Apparently, I can get, there's a joiner I can use, like approved by the landlord, who will let, if I wanted to mount my telly on the wall sort of thing, to fit the brackets. I'm not allowed to do it myself, even though obviously I can do that. So I'm thinking, do you reckon in the second bedroom they could just mount a bit of fucking 2x4 right across the middle of the room, just mount it onto the external wall? Because if they could do that, then I could just batter in hundreds of hooks and then have my guitar wall. So I think that's part of the plan. What are you hanging on to that big old printer for? Are they valuable, or is it a sentimental thing? No, it's fucking there because it's fucking heavy and I need to go to the tip to get rid of it. I just haven't done it yet. My Echo 12-string 0 fret is not projecting volume. I want to sell it. Heavy and not loud. They do. I mean, the Echoes are built like a tank, but they are a little bit heavy. It's kind of like the difference between playing like a Gibson Les Paul Standard unplugged compared to playing like a good telly. It's like it's that heavy and dense. It's kind of like a slab of just, okay, you could call it sustain, but it's just kind of like, it doesn't have the brightness. The brightness, whether it's a good thing or not, I don't know. But that guitar there, my Kraken, is definitely brighter than this, unplugged. it feels lighter. I don't think it is really physically that much lighter, but it feels it. I prefer my one. But then again, that's because it was tailored to me. Oh. SQ Series Squire 3-bolt on Strat cost me 230 back in 83. Saw a second hand one. The Dunfermline cash was 700. Yes, I think I've actually seen the Dunfermline cash converters one. Actually, we were in Dunfermline cash converters on Thursday, and Jen bought a quart. It was only 50 quid. Sometimes you just don't know. It was 50 quid hanging up, and it was like that. It was interesting. It was kind of like, I don't know if the Tanglewood Beretta, a sort of offsetty type thing. It had Mighty Mite pickups in it, and brushed aluminium, it had a Wilkinson bridge and tuners, and it was 50 quid. And then you're looking next to it, and it had a Glary Stratocaster for 90 quid or 60 quid. You're like, sometimes you just don't know. But yeah, the SQ series, and I've got my Squire Bullets over there. It can vouch. It's basically just Fender guitar, Fender Japan. The Electro Echo 12s. The thing about the Echoes is they do look cool as fuck, and they've got that amazing scratch plate with the sort of, or some of them do, you know, the one. In fact, I think sometimes they've got it on the top as well. It's like a sort of bat wingy, sort of crow's wing type thing. Yeah, that makes it cool. Vox Super Beetle. I think I know what that's the amp that's kind of on a. What does it remind me of? Kind of reminds me of bunk beds or something, or like you get leather chairs where it's like you've got like a tubular metal frame and the chair's kind of hanging off it, or the amp's kind of hanging off it. This guitar's completely different. It's amazing how different this is from that. I think it's meant. I think this is your made for everyone guitar. So it's like kind of in the middle. It's your it's like a Les Paul and a Strat. You're like, I'm quite happy if it's a little bit odd. I think the Kraken is much more character than this one. This one is much more straight down. You're like, if you measure it and all that, which is what people want. Miss You By One Day, yeah, that was it, yeah, totally. But whether you would have bought that quart or not, I don't know. Jen does know the guy who works in there. I can't remember his name. Lovely guy. But that quart was just up on the thing for 50 quid, and it's just like, maybe not the most desirable one, but for me, it's like you'd see these things, and for Jen as well, it was like, that's not a Strat. It's not a black Strat, and it's not a. It's not that I don't like a Super Strat, but I like an RG, but all the other ones, all the Arias and the Kramers and all that shit, I don't really like the whole Super Strat concept, so it's got to be something a bit odd for me. Hey Bob, you're looking a different man since you've moved. I think, see the light in here, it's not making my hair look as grey, so I'm looking a bit thinner. Looking a bit darker. Also, I've lost a tooth, but I will get it. I'm getting it fixed. I think for space I need to sell the Marshall DSL 1C. Is that not quite a small amp? Gee, but what about just get stackable amps? I nearly bought I met a guy on that sounded like not on. I can't remember. Not Grind. No, not at the car boot sale. I was up here. It was selling this morning. Fucking, it was this morning. I'm absolutely knackered. Oh. Aye, he'd an unloaded Marshall 1960 cab sitting in his van. I was like, fucking Marshall cab. He's like, it's a belter. Oh, you're the girl that paints you. You're Mad Malco. Aye, and then so basically he's ordered a guitar off me. He's like, I want a fucking Buckycaster, blah, blah, blah. So he messaged me earlier on. Yeah, no, he messaged me when I was about 10 minutes later going, aye, totally up for it. So I can't remember what my point was. Aye, that was a Marshall 4x12, and it's like, oh, yeah, obviously I want a Marshall 4x12. It'd be cool as fuck. You can use it to stacking amps on top of each other. No, I'm about to give up. I was going to say I was going to do it to 10. Not a full bottle of Bucky. No, I need to try and restrain myself. Leave him wanting more. Yeah, so I don't know. I was enjoying it. It's nice being back. I don't think I'll be back doing one every day. I think that was a bit mental, but work it in. It's funny how after a month off, I was actually getting a wee bit nervous. Then it's like as soon as you start talking, people start giving me the piss. It's like, yeah, this is fine. I like doing this, even though it's a slightly strange surroundings. Oh, but catch you later, Ben. I've only been on for another 5 minutes. Was browsing Reverb across this Lotus Falcon. I know the one. Yes. Yes, no, it's not the same guitar. If you look at it, everything's slightly different. It's a copy of a photo. It's got a German carve on the top of it. I don't know if you know what a German carve is. It's kind of like like that sort of thing. I can't really think of a guitar that does it. You've seen it on tables and stuff like that. But what did you say? It was a Lotus. Yeah, there is a Lotus one. Yeah, I quite like it. There's an Eagle one which looks rather nice. I quite like their bass version. To be honest, I've never played one, but they are copies. Yeah. It's good to be back, Sloaney. I'm glad you're just getting. I think you just got. No, the thing is, you get to the point where you're trying to like a Strat, and it's maybe just not the right one. I don't know. Maybe putting humbuckers in it's the way to go. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's just not your time. One day it'll make sense. I'm still thinking that one day I'm going to like Les Pauls because I just don't understand it yet. Because I never used to like Strats, I never used to like Tellys, I never used to like P basses. Yes, Sonar Poop. That is the Mosrite. You do get Mosrites with a German carve. I remember my pal Jim had a. I'm sure it was called a Hummingbird, but it was like a Japanese. It was white, and it was like the German carved Mosrite copy, and it was like one of those ones where when you put it on, oh, it's fucking tiny. It's not really tiny. It just feels really small because it was dead thin or because of the carve. It was a fucking stunning guitar. I was like, totally how much you want, but he got 600 quid for it. Like, oh, well, fair enough. So it was very expensive. But aye, so I'm going to call it a day. Obviously, you noticed that it'd be quite nice if I could manage to keep this monetized as well, because I'm not smoking in this house. I'm not allowed to, but I'm also not because honestly, see all the hi-fi and all that, it was all just minging sitting in that wee box smoking. So I'm not sitting. I'm going to try and keep myself a little bit more respectable. And I might even be able to have folk round. Thinking of maybe doing, if anyone's interested in guitar or bass lessons, I've now got a suitable place to do it. You know, like relatively living room, couple of seats, okay, wall of records and half a dozen to 10 guitars in the corner, but it's not just like a pure amps up to the roof and guitars everywhere you look. Yeah, anyone selling any guitars lately? I sold a few. I sold no, I didn't miss them. The thing is that I put them all up and every single one of them went to somebody nice. I don't know whether it was because they knew they were mine, but everyone was over the moon because I was selling them not for the price that somebody who's going, oh no, I've seen that guitar cheaper. Yeah, you have, but you've not seen that guitar cheaper that plays like that. You've seen that guitar cheaper that needs £100 worth of work done to it. Do you know what I mean? Or somebody who knows what they're doing, spending a couple hours on it, which is, you know, £100. Everyone who bought all the guitars I sold was just, this is fucking brilliant, awesome. They're just totally happy, and it's like, it's so nice doing it that way. There's a 15-year-old boy had that many amps and guitars. Do you know what I mean? You have to be old, and it takes years to accumulate that much shit. After you look at the records, and it's like, 15-year-old's lucky if he's got that many records. I don't think I was put. When was the first one I bought? I think 94. And I was 16 when I bought the first one. Something like that. What was under the wet vent of the store? Well, there you go. Yeah, now this, even though I'm in a flat, I do have a front door, and there's a balcony upstairs, so it's kind of out the rain with 2 deck chairs, and there's a hedge at the front, so it can pretty much sit there and smoke. And at the back door, I've got the kitchen door, which opens out, and it's because it's on a hill. It's kind of quite high up, and I've got quite a view of what the weather's going to be doing in the next half hour. You can see down the valley and up the valley, and it's just grey wall. It's like, right, it's going to rain. It might be quite cold here in the winter, like with wind, because I'm basically on the campuses. If you go, I don't know, about 500 yards up the hill from me, there's there's like another row of houses, there's a high school, and then there's another couple of rows of houses in after that. So 500 yards in a straight line up there, you hit bang, and there is nothing north of that. It's just the Highlands. And then, wee villages and shit, and I suppose eventually Aberdeen or something, but basically slap bang up the middle of Scotland. Most of the records came from my teenage years. Most of mine did as well, but I mean, are you old enough were you buying those records new, like current albums? Because I never liked current music. So I think you might be older than me if you were buying current albums. I just remember the very edge, or maybe be 16 or something. I remember the very end of people not having CD player yet, so I'll buy the record. Do you know what I mean? Because people didn't have CD players yet quite. You bought the record because you didn't have a CD player, and then within 3 or 4 years of that, nothing came out on record. In fact, maybe some big albums did, but they weren't. I don't get records and. Shortwave Log Scotland, any Led Zeppelin records in there? All of them, yeah. I'll need to run through it. It's like, it's all music I like. So the thing is, because I was spending, most of them are charity shop, wee shitty record shop. So basically, I tend to have full sets. So AC/DC, Alice Cooper, Beatles, Black Sabbath, Bad Company. I've kind of got all of them. And it's like the Led Zeppelin ones, I'll get all of them. There's not really that many, but like the live albums and the bootlegs, and I've kind of got a few of them, and all the Pink Floyd ones with the funny covers, and all of them, all the Deep Purple, all the Jethro Tull. Yeah, I'll need to do some record shopping. You're only just older than me, Malcolm. I was buying a mixture of current records and second-hand stuff back in the days. First record was Roland Rappin'. I still kind of remember that a wee bit, maybe. American Hall, the collection is being rebuilt. That's quite a distance, yeah. So mine's just there. It's just that it's been lost for so long. Also, to be honest, it was kind of it got too big to actually manage to do it, and then the internet took over. I mean, people used to come out to my house and we'd sit there, and have the TV on? Was there something on? I didn't watch the fucking TV. I just put records on. Do you play Led Zeppelin songs? Aye, sometimes. Not for a while, like. I kind of went off them a wee bit. I don't know, I think it's maybe just... See, they're not as good as Black Sabbath, I'm sorry, and it's the thing that... I think everyone does like Black Sabbath, which I always kind of felt that Led Zeppelin got an awful lot more, and Pink Floyd especially, and a lot of bands got an awful lot more respect, and everyone loved them, and it's like, they're not as good as Black Sabbath, but obviously there's some personal taste thing involved there. Did you play Led Zeppelin songs with the guitar? Yeah, totally. I can play bits of all of them. I don't know if I can't think of any I play all the time, but I mean, I could probably play. I could probably play a recognisable version of all of the songs bar one from all the albums. Well, apart from up until like Presence, probably. Or I could play a recognisable riff that you would know what song it was for nearly all of them. Catch you later, Andy. Yeah, we need to come up and see what your if you manage to get to Milton Campsie, you definitely managed to make it to Go South. Be the same bus. Oh no, I think it might actually even be more from here. But yeah, that's. I think 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock, half a bottle of Bucky. That's quite an acceptable amount of time to do this. And thanks so much. I love you all. Any requests? Once I get, hopefully by next weekend, during the week, I'll have moved up to my. I've tried to do edited shit, and I've got thumbnails, and I'm doing. Let's make some money, and I'll ask you to like and subscribe and shit like that. But I don't want to stop doing this, so I'll be working my way around it somehow, where I can somehow put out stuff that the kids will like, or the casual fan, and then the proper connoisseur can have the, the full experience. My friends like Pink Floyd. Yeah, I think that's Pink Floyd was. Everyone pure loved it. I never liked Dark Side of the Moon. I couldn't afford to Shine On, and I saw Pompeii, and it was like, oh, I like this. What's this? What's that fucking shit Pulse thing with backing singers and 6 keyboards and 5 guitarists and lots of effects? What the fuck's that? What are these 4 guys sitting in an amphitheatre with a Hammond organ? That. Yeah. Casual later, yeah, the band's all back together again, and we need to have a wee look at Spinal Tap 2. I've been watching all the interviews. It's worth watching all the interviews for Spinal Tap 2, by the way, because, which I never realised until years after I'd seen it, the whole thing's improvised. All of Spinal Tap's improvised. What they did was they went on tour and they just talked about this with themselves, what this band they were in, what they were going to do. So when they went to interviews, they don't know what the questions are. So they're still doing that now. So every interview you see, they're just in character, responding to situations. They don't know what's happening. And I was actually watching one with Michael Keaton. He cracked a wee bit. He broke character just for a bit when it was actually it's obviously a joke someone hadn't thought of, and you can see him go, ha yeah, right, well no, it's really important, but you can see him just like they're just basically arsing about. I think it'll be fucking brilliant. Rock on, and we love you. Yeah, we love you all. Good night. I talk about oh shit, end stream. Rock on. End, go on, the fucking cursor's gone. Got time for it to run out. Last one. Rock on.